Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem announced that all grant funding to non-governmental organizations, NGOs, allegedly facilitating illegal immigration has been halted. Speaking on Fox News, Noem criticized the hundreds of millions of dollars in taxpayer funds that she claims were misused to support border crossings.
Okay, so now let's turn back to the border quickly. Now joining me is the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, who has an exclusive announcement on more action her department is taking. Secretary, thanks for being with us here today. I understand you have something to share with us that we haven't heard yet about what you're going to be doing at DHS.
Yes, well, thank you, Will, for inviting me to be with you. Today, we are announcing that we have stopped all grant funding that's being abused by NGOs to facilitate illegal immigration into this country. So it's amazing to me the hundreds of millions of dollars that have been spent by the federal government that has been sent to NGOs to facilitate this invasion of our country. So I've taken action to stop those funds, to reevaluate them, and to make sure that we're actually using the taxpayer dollars in a way that strengthens this country, that keeps us safe. So I think people are curious when we look at grants that are given out by federal agencies at how they're utilized, and that evaluation needs to be done. We're not spending another dime to help the destruction of this country. We're going to make sure that we follow through on what President Trump has promised, and that's to make sure that we're securing our border, departing those who are here illegally, and committing criminal actions, and that our taxpayer dollars aren't spent to help it.
We're not spending another dime to help the destruction of this country, Noem stated, emphasizing that federal grants must be reevaluated to ensure they strengthen national security and uphold immigration laws. She framed this action as a necessary step in fulfilling former President Trump's commitment to securing the border and deporting individuals who entered the country illegally. Supporters of Noem's decision argue that the move is a crucial measure to curb illegal immigration and prevent federal funds from being used in ways that undermine border enforcement. Conservative analysts have pointed to what they see as mismanagement of these grants under previous administrations, calling Noem's action a victory for fiscal responsibility and national security. Critics, however, warn that cutting off funding to NGOs could negatively impact humanitarian efforts, leaving migrants in vulnerable situations without aid. They argue that many of these organizations provide essential services, such as shelter and legal assistance for asylum seekers. The specific NGOs affected and the total amount of rescinded funding remain under review, but this decision is expected to intensify debates over immigration policy, the role of federal grants, and the responsibilities of non-governmental organizations in border security efforts.